Don't shoot the messenger.
Are we having fun yet?
Please, for the love of God, do not shoot the messenger on this one. This is actually kind of a shocker. Not really. The Spurs have done this before, but please do not shoot me. All right, so before we get into this discussion, I have to do this. Just bear with me. I'm so sorry. Just bear with me. Okay, so if you guys want to enter the giveaway, I've been mentioning this so many times. It's only $2 per month. Become a patron or a YouTube member. Link in the description for that. But what we're giving away this month, and I do it every single month, is a DeJounte Murray jersey. So if you guys want to enter to try to win this jersey that a patron actually sent to me and said, hey, you can either keep it or give it away. If you want to enter that, you can become a patron or YouTube member. You support the channel, and I always give back. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about this. So shout out to the Discord that actually sent this to me. Please join the group chat. It's pretty awesome. So you guys sent me this, and I had no idea this was going on. You even timestamped it for me. Thank you for that. We're definitely going to listen to this before I give my thoughts on it. But apparently, the San Antonio Spurs are considering moving DeJounte Murray if the opportunity presents itself. Now, listening to this, you might say, you know, who knows, it's up in the air. But usually Brian Windhorst is pretty accurate when it comes to everybody's sports. So I'm just going to assume that he's not just throwing something out there, and he has some type of basis to stand on when he says this. And I do have thoughts on it. It might be a little different from your probably initial reaction, but let's go ahead and listen to it nonetheless. Let me go ahead and go to it, and I started right here. They start off basically giving love to DeJounte Murray, which is pretty awesome. So let me turn on the desktop audio, and yeah, let's listen to it.
Going to go off the beaten path and give a shout out to DeJounte Murray.
He deserves it.
DeJounte Murray is putting up more than 19 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and 2 steals per game. There are 2 guys who have had seasons, and this is, you know, your pick your stat head search, you know, whatever. But I'm just saying, when you're in this kind of company, it's pretty eye-opening. I did the stat head search yesterday, and anybody want to guess the other 2 guys in NBA history who have done that?
You tweeted
Russell Westbrook. I don't know.
Did it, and I saw it, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
I didn't see it. Oh, I did see it, but I forget. Just tell me. I don't want to think.
1988-89, Michael Jordan. 1980-81, Magic Johnson. When you're in that kind of company, again, it is a, you know, select the stats. I'm not saying he's Magic or Michael. I am saying he deserves to be
the 2 steals part of.
I mean, he's nowhere near those 2, but I mean, nonetheless, that's elite company.
That invalidates a lot. It's hard to average 2 steals.
It is, and so, he does it.
He's like literally 2 steals too. It's not 2.1. It's not 1.9. He's literally at 2. I think he's averaging the most steals a game. And Chris Paul might be 1.9. I think it's a few players that's 1.9.
He's a really good defensive guard, and he's a nightly triple-double threat. Had another one against OKC.
And he's not going to get the credit since we're losing.
You know, and to me, the Spurs don't win enough. Okay, swap him out for Andrew Wiggins and tell me if the Warriors are better. You know, give me a break.
Yeah. So Pop.
I agree.
Actually, Pop had this. He said this the other day. He was very matter of fact, but he goes, he's an all-star without question, but because we don't win, he's not going to make it.
And we definitely covered that on the channel already. We know about that.
Which might have been like a psych out type of thing.
Yeah.
You know, the crazy thing, there's been some chatter in the league about whether the Spurs would be willing to trade him.
They better get a whole lot.
If they trade DeJounte Murray, they're going to sell high. Like, the Spurs are not going to just give him away for anybody. But anyways, the controversy is coming up right here.
Either maybe not during the season, but next summer, because there's been kind of this belief that the Spurs sort of have 2 layers of young players. You know, they have like Derek White, DeJounte Murray, Lonnie Walker. I don't know if you count Jakob Poeltl in there, kind of close to that range.
Kind of.
And then they have like this, you know, Devin Vassell, Josh Primo, Keldon Johnson, you know, kind of level. And there's been some discussion about whether the Spurs, because the group that they have right now isn't, you know, really good enough to do anything, whether the Spurs might move out that sort of older, younger layer and then just recommit to this and doing sort of a full rebuild.
So you can kind of hear it right there. So that's basically the gist of what he's saying. He also goes into whether or not Pop was going to leave or not, and it's kind of apparent that Pop wants to stick around and be there for the rebuild. So that's basically just kind of the overall gist of everything. Even your boy Big Meaty Claus that's in the Discord basically, you know, summed it up right here, that he was basically just saying like the Spurs couldn't move away from Murray because, you know, you do have Primo, Devin, and Keldon. And here's my thing, okay? Here's my thing. First and foremost, I'm a Spurs fan over any player. Obviously, my favorite player on this team right now is Derek White. Like, by far. Like, I've been a huge Derek White fan. But if the Spurs move Derek White, I'll be upset for like an hour, and then I'll move back on to, okay, it's time for my Spurs to improve. And one thing that I think about, like, initially when it comes to this is DeJounte Murray is a guard that the Spurs adore. They love. He is a leader. Popovich loves him. So much potential. He's already showing his potential. He was a project with us that is panning out pretty well. And that reminds me of somebody. And that someone is George Hill. Like, it was the same situation with him where we did have him. Now, don't get me wrong. George Hill's nowhere near good players DeJounte Murray, but George Hill was a promising threat, and he was on the come up, and he was definitely someone that Popovich really believed in. At times he would even let him coach the team. So it was kind of known around Spurs Nation that he would kind of be the guy to kind of help Tony Parker and potentially fill that role, hopefully. But overall, you know how it went down. But they end up trading him, obviously, for, you know, Kawhi Leonard, and it panned out beautifully. So I could definitely see that being the case with DeJounte Murray. And the age groups are just so weird. Like, as you can see here, if we're even going through all the players, like you have Keldon Johnson here. He's a 2-year pro. And then you got Jakob, who's a 5-year pro. And then you have DeJounte Murray, 4-year pro. Like, it's very spread out, and I could definitely see the Spurs just saying, okay, we're going to commit to Josh, we're going to commit to Devin, we're going to commit to Keldon. And I wouldn't really be upset with them if they did that, because the fact of the matter is you probably could get a lot for DeJounte Murray. Now, it is known that this isn't something that's immediate. It's not something that the Spurs, it sounds like the Spurs are looking to do right now, but this is something that could potentially happen in the upcoming summer. And guys, let's just be real. It would be foolish for the Spurs front office. Us as fans, we can be upset about this, and I think most fans are going to be upset about this news. But as a front office, I would be kind of upset with them if they weren't laying out all their possible options. They're very loyal towards players, and one thing that we've always kind of critiqued them on, and especially Spurs fans, we critique, you know, I'll critique them on this too, is that sometimes they're too loyal towards players. Sometimes certain players that we don't want to get as many minutes get those minutes. Some players get really nice contracts, and we scratch our heads like, why? And there's a lot of reasons for that, and I'm not going to go into it, but there are reasons for the Spurs doing that when you're a small market team trying to get people to come to the team, try to get more veterans to the team and stuff like that. But overall, it's a problem when you don't have a Duncan, Tony, or Manu. So with that being said, anything that can make this team better, I'm all for it. And I look at it like this as well. So let's just say that the Spurs don't do anything and they just get a draft pick, and hopefully the draft pick does pan out. But even as we stand right now, it's still kind of a weird design team. There's no primary player that is built around. We can say that we want to build around DeJounte. You can say that, but I just don't DeJounte Murray is so good at so many things, just pretty good at a lot of things. He's not like a excellent, great shooter by any means, but he's pretty good at other things. And I just see him as a guy that could be a second or third guy on a championship team, not necessarily the guy on a team to build around. That's just me. That's just how I've seen DeJounte Murray, even through these games where I sit back and I'm saying he's playing terrific, but it's apparent that in today's NBA, you need a guy that could any given night give you about a 50 piece or 40 plus points at will, and we just don't have that right now. He's not that type of scorer. He's a great player, but he's not that type of scorer. So with that being said, could Devin Vassell potentially be that? Maybe. Joshua Primo, I definitely believe he will be that, but I just don't know in today's NBA if DeJounte Murray, or maybe in any era NBA, if DeJounte Murray's playing style is a guy that you just completely invest everything in and just build around. I just don't know if that's the case. So if the Spurs are thinking about doing that, it would be hard, especially for the few months of Spurs fans being pissed off. But with that being said, anything that improves the team, anything that makes us a championship team again, I'm for it. I don't care. I love these players. I really do. I'll support them as long as they're on the team. But as soon as the franchise make a decision to, hey, let someone go to try to better the team, I'm for it. Now, if you sell DeJounte Murray off and you get some garbage, then I don't know if I'll ever be able to get over that. But overall, I trust the Spurs franchise, and I guess that's the main thing, is that I just trust them. Over the years, they've always, for the most part, okay, I'll say 85 to 90% made the right decision, or at least a mature, good, solid decision. And you can't say that if you're some of the other franchises in the NBA, like the Sacramento Kings. Let's just be happy we're not the Sacramento Kings. But that's just my thoughts on it. But please leave your comments below, man. Let me know, do you think that selling off DeJounte Murray will be a good idea? Are you for it if it means that we can make the team better? Or do you think that the team isn't going to be better if you trade off DeJounte Murray? Like, because it is pretty tough. It is a tough decision. But at the end of the day, guys, please, people usually get upset on these. Please don't shoot. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot the messenger. All right, guys, I'll get with you later. Once again, you want to support the channel. We do giveaways every month. Only $2 per month. Patreon and YouTube members. I'll get with you guys later, man. Until next time. Deuces.